Yo, what's up there, guys? Adrian Acosta here, aka JediBro95, coming at you guys with another video. And today, I'm going to be showcasing to you guys 5 abilities that I believe are underrated in Madden NFL 20. I'm going to do it for both offense and defense, so I'm going to be doing 5 Madden abilities for offense that are underrated, and then 5 defensive abilities that are underrated, and then I will do 5 offensive abilities that are overrated, and 5 defensive abilities that are overrated. So, if you guys do want to see more of this series, do hit the subscribe button, as I do plan to put these out one after another, probably within the coming days. But right away, I'll get into the first ability that I think is underrated for offense, and that, gentlemen, is Dashing Deadeye. Now, you can get this on quarterbacks only. Well, obviously, you get it on quarterbacks because it's a throwing ability. But Dashing Deadeye, what it does is it grants you perfect pass accuracy on the run up to 40 yards. And I cannot tell you how many times I have scrambled out of the pocket and found a receiver downfield for about a good 20-plus yard completion. It is so clutch of an ability to being able to throw the ball on the run accurately, especially on improvisers and scramblers. Now, scramblers, they can't get into like 98 overall, which is weird. But for improvisers, I could get Russell Wilson. For example, I could get him Dashing Deadeye on at like 80, like 91 overall or something like that. Like I could get him like right when he had his most feared card. So it is a very clutch. It is a very good ability. I absolutely love how good and underrated Dashing Deadeye and how good Dashing Deadeye is, and I think it is really underrated because a lot of people are playing with field generals, and I'm just over here with an improviser throwing on the run with 20-plus yard QBs, and they're thinking to themselves, what the fuck, how is he throwing so perfectly on the run all the time? Well, I have Dashing Deadeye, so that's why. Anyways, the next ability that I want to talk about that is underrated, that a lot of people should be using more, and this is also on quarterbacks, or not just on quarterbacks, but also can be used on linemen as well, is Threat Detector. Now, unfortunately, they recently, with an update, put it up to 3 AP, which is unfortunate. I hope they bring it back down to 2, because honestly, for 2 AP, I will have no problem using this ability on a lineman. So what this does is, on 3rd and 4th down plays, it highlights blitzers. So basically, like, when you're on like a 3rd and short or a 3rd and long, you can see where the blitz is coming from, and you can reroute around that and being able to, say, get out of there and, maybe throw the ball short to the flat, or maybe burn them with a deep throw down the field because those blitzers are out of position, and so therefore they're coming at you with a blitz, and it leaves either a deep shot or a midfield strike open. Now, I have not been using it because it is up to 3 AP, but when it was 2 AP, I was rocking this on my Steve Hutchinson, on my Seattle theme team, who is my left guard. It is just a really good ability to use. And like I said, you can also get it on linemen as well. The next ability that I'm going to showcase for linemen as well, there's a couple for linemen actually. There's a few of these I could put, like for example, obviously, like Threat Detector, like I said, it's also on this list. But the one I'm going to go for linemen is Identifier. Now, you could also get this on quarterbacks, but I feel it's better. It's better on linemen because it's 1 AP. And what Identifier does, it just basically shows the user of your opponent. So when you're on defense, you can see who the user is that your opponent is using. So they can't hide. Like, say, for example, they cannot hide where they're putting their cursor, and you can, like, see where it is, and, you can work around that. Like, say, for example, if your opponent likes to utilize their middle linebacker, which a lot of people online like to do, they like to use their middle linebackers and just play the center of the field. Well, you can work around that and maybe hit a ball to the outside and pick up a first down that way, or maybe hit a ball to the outside and get a touchdown. Like, I've had that happen a good amount of times. Now, I haven't been using Identifier because I just feel like, for me personally, I don't want to use it. Like, I feel like the abilities I have right now are just really good. But Identifier, it's one of those abilities that, if you can get it, like, for example, on your quarterback, I think, if, after you get your set feet lead or your hot route master or your gunslinger or your protected or whatever there is, I would recommend if you're playing a lot of online, you get Identifier. And like I said, the only reason I'm not using it is because I have a lot of ability points on here already. I mean, I did drop an ability point because I had Cooley with Tight End Apprentice, but I ended up selling his power-up upgrade to get Marcel Reese, who just, as a quick side note, is a phenomenal fullback. I think it's the best fullback in the game right now. It is just really great. So moving on. So that is basically linemen and quarterbacks. Last ability I want to highlight for underratedness, and this is more for like, this is a receiver ability, but you can get it on your tight ends or your wide receivers, but it's much better on your tight ends, and that is going to be Matchup Nightmare. So Matchup Nightmare is and my controller is dying, just don't pay that any mind. Matchup Nightmare basically allows you to have better route running and catching against linebackers. So your tight ends are going to be playing a lot of short routes because, as you see here with my Gronk card, he has a 95 short route right now. Hopefully I'll get his upgrade relatively soon. It's pretty fucking expensive right now. But with Matchup Nightmare, you get better route running and you get better catching against those linebackers. So when you're playing in the middle of the field, obviously you got fucking people using the middle linebacker and just playing all the short passes and stuff like that. And if you're, using an improviser quarterback like me and you like to throw on the run or like to scramble, chances are people are going to put a spy. Well, Matchup Nightmare will help you counter that a little bit by giving them better route running against those linebackers and being able to get themselves open or have better catching against them. So it is good on linebackers. Physical receivers also can get it too. They can get it for 1 AP. I just see here with guys like Andre Johnson. He can get Matchup Nightmare for 1 AP. Which I'm not a fan of it on receivers. I would prefer it on linebackers personally. On tight ends personally. But if you do like to use a lot of your receivers, yeah, I definitely would recommend you put Matchup Nightmare on them. And then honorable mention is going to be short and elite. The only reason I like short and elite right now is because a lot of people like to play the deep ball. I don't know if I did say that or if you haven't played enough Madden Online. A lot of people like to take away the deep passes. They like to make sure that you don't gain 50 yards of fucking play. So they leave a lot of the times they leave the short part of the field wide open, like the drag routes, the the quick slants, the even the hitch routes. They leave those wide open. Well, short in and short out elite can help improve that ability significantly by making sure that you can get. By making sure that that you can get better catching on those short routes and even route running, I think, as well. If I'm correct, they get better route running in those situations as well. Let me know in the comments if I'm right about that. But anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of this video. These are the 5 offensive abilities that I believe are the most underrated in Madden NFL 21. Let me know in the comment section below what you think. Subscribe if you are new to see more of this series. And with that, guys, I'll see you in the next time. I'm out. Peace.